Hey guys, what's up? I'm Captain Turbo and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. Last time we pretty much cleared out the 7th gym. This part we're going to take on, I think we end up taking on one more trainer and the gym leader himself. Yes, this is the final post-commentary video, so after this we'll be back to live commentary for every episode. No, I'll never do this again unless I can actually get myself into a position where it's in a quiet place and no one can disturb me. And yeah, I still spend a few minutes trying to get to the actual gym leader himself. Yeah, this was the one I forgot about. You know what, looking back at it now, I know the pattern. I couldn't actually tell you right now, but I can see the pattern I need to take, but obviously while I was playing the game I couldn't figure out the pattern very well. Obviously I'm still somewhat new to Crystal, and I think Soul Silver's is a little bit different in terms of the gym layout, so I couldn't remember off by that. I couldn't remember off sheer memory power, so... And I think this is the first time we see Jynx in the game. Obviously Jynx is the topic of a lot of controversy because of the whole blackface thing. Personally, I don't get it, but that's just me. I don't think anyone was really going for a racist thing. I think they were just designing Pokemon. But obviously nowadays Jynx has a purple face instead of a black one. Whatever, I really don't give a shit. Do I get frozen here again? No, I don't. Yeah, I think I just decided to let Umbreon fall, so... For some reason, actually, looking at my strategy, I can't figure it out personally, but that's just me. I think one of the reasons I try and ignore... I try and avoid use Heracross here is because Heracross, obviously, I believe is part fighting type, and Jynx is part psychic type, so... And I couldn't remember if it had any psychic moves, so I didn't send Heracross out. Yeah, I can't figure this puzzle out. Is it no wonder I've not been able to solve my Rubik's Cube that I've had for nearly 6 months? And yeah, I think this is where I actually start to figure it out. Yep, that's where I figured it out. You're wondering what I'm doing? I'm just answering a couple emails. Obviously I keep glancing over at the video. And yeah, this guy, unless you have a decent team, can be a bit of a bitch, if I'm being perfectly honest. And yeah, I've noticed I'm not swearing as much in these last 3 parts, but that's because obviously my emotion for the game is not as high as it usually is. I usually at this point I'm getting annoyed, I'm getting frustrated, I'm happy, I'm sad, whatever, but right now I'm just very wanting this over with so I can get back to watching Dragon Ball. Oh, which by the way, I think I may have mentioned, I bought basically the entire DVD set online on eBay, perfectly decent, it was a legit DVD set, all 153 episodes, and yeah, in case you're wondering, I mean the original Dragon Ball series, not Dragon Ball Z. I haven't got to that yet. But I bought it online, eBay, perfectly good box set, looks nice, nice DVD cover and all that stuff, DVDs are legit. The fucking thing's in Japanese, a language I cannot speak. Now, there are English subtitles, but it's more than a little bit daunting to try and watch the entire series in Japanese, especially when I've seen it once in English. Thankfully, there are several websites where you can go watch every episode, which is what I've been doing for the last 10 hours. Anyway, back to Pokemon. Actually, speaking of a Pokemon anime, I haven't watched that in a long while. I think last time I watched it... Actually, I can remember the last episode I watched was the episode after Ash and Dawn traded Buizel and Apom. So you're talking about 40 so episodes into the Diamond and Pearl saga, I think. Yeah, I haven't watched since then. I did watch the episodes from the Pokemon League of that season. I haven't watched anything else though. The anime is just something that's sort of died on me. Although I do admit I'm getting a lot more into manga. Over the last couple of years I've read the entire Dragon Ball saga. And I mean everything. I've read a little bit of Naruto. I've read the Pokemon manga as well. I've got some of the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. I'll probably delve out of all that stuff eventually and try something else, but man, it's been decent so far. I like it. Actually own, like I say, I actually own a couple of manga, which actually got a decent price on eBay. I love eBay. Oh yeah, I need to sell that nugget when I get the next part started. I'm gonna have to make a note to myself. Yeah, because Togepi's really gonna be able to take Dugong. Yeah, like I say, he's just cannon fodder. He's there to take the hit, so I can do whatever needs to be done, whether it's heal or heal my Pokemon of a status ailment, or heal their HP back up, or get their HP back up, I should say. Icy Wind is a lot more annoying than I remember, mainly because I keep getting, I think I end up getting frozen again by it at some point. I think. To be honest guys, I'm not actually sure how long the LP will last. Obviously I have the 8th gym, a bit of a side quest for one of the story-driven legendaries. Then we got the Pokemon League, and then we've got the whole technical second half of the game. However, the second half is really easy to get through. I'm thinking anywhere between 30 to 40 parts, so this will end up being my longest LP so far. With my current longest being Final Fantasy 1, which went 26 parts. Actually, at the time of this recording, and I actually need to get the next Donkey Kong Country part made public after I finish this, because that's coming to an end as well. I think there's only 2 parts left of that. And then obviously I don't think I'm spoiling anything for you guys. We get Super Mario World straight after that, and then Super Metroid, which I actually just finished uploading onto YouTube the day before yesterday, I believe. Or maybe it was a couple days before that, I can't remember. Definitely the last week, I'm pretty sure about. Oh yeah, I just realized we got Piloswine, the evolved form obviously of Swinub, I want to say. As I said, I believe this has dual type of ice and ground, so I don't think it has any major okay, Brain, it's time to get into gear already. I don't think it has any major weaknesses. Yeah, I think I just end up spamming Leer with Crocodile, because I know Crocodile's not going to be any good against this thing in the fight, so obviously it has Ice type, it has Ground type as well, but I don't know, for some reason, actually looking back, I would have done decent damage with Surf, but it didn't really register with me at the time for some reason. Obviously it's part Ground type, so I would have got at least a decent amount of damage done with him, but to be honest, my strategy still works, so I'm not too bothered by it. What did I do now? I sent out Noctowl. And yeah, I used Hypnosis. I think it woke up pretty quickly, if I remember correctly. Although so far my memory's not been all that great. No, I sent out Heracross now. Looking back, I think I would have probably healed Heracross up actually between sending it out. I started spamming Fury Attack, and that actually did a lot more damage than I remember. Let's put it this way, if that had been a 5-hit, that would have knocked him out. And I think I ended up doing it again. No, I don't, I use Horn Attack. Which does knock him out. Which goes to show you that keeping the stat boost and decrease is usually a good idea. Like, Lear's absolutely helped me out there. Obviously, if you want to read, you can read it yourself. I'm not going to read it for you. We get the 7th Bad the Glacier badge, as it says right there. Special stats of Pokemon. Use Whirlpool, which, as I said before, I find to be a very worthless move in the entire series, actually. TM16, I can't remember what that is. I think it's Icy Wind. Yep. And I nearly got stuck there. And we do get a phone call right here. And obviously Professor Elm is just explaining that we're going to have to head over to Goldenrod now. First thing I do obviously here is heal up my Pokemon though. And you're gonna love that little jingle. We're really struggling for things to say now. But yeah, it's time to head back to Goldenrod and see what's happening at the radio tower. And we get more Team Rocket members. Spirit pretty much spamming all over the city. And the music is different in here now, I believe. And for some reason I thought that guy was actually just some guy that says you can't go up there or something that tries to stop you, but I didn't actually think he was a trainer. And at least again, this is something that happens in Gen 4 remake, in the Gen 4 remake, so you know, I'm going off my information there. And dear God, thank God we only have about 6 minutes left because I really need to go douse myself with water. Eradicate, you remember when these things were actually a threat? I suppose if they get a couple of decent hits on you, they're still a threat. Do you remember when Ash had a Eradicate fall of about 5 minutes? I think it was on the SSN episode where he swapped his Butterfree for Eradicate. And what is it I'm doing now? Oh yeah, I switch out Phanpy so he can get some more experience. Which, in case you're wondering guys, as soon as I probably finish up the radio tower, when I do the next part on Friday, I'll probably do some off-screen level grinding and then get Umbreon and Phanpy up a bit higher in level. Obviously Jigglypuff there, I was wondering if perhaps I could send the Rocket's Pokemon to sleep. I don't know, it was just something that entered my mind. Obviously I was incorrect. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I believe this game was the first one to introduce, well, Gen 2 was the first to introduce female rocket trainers, and I think I didn't mention that actually, come to think of it. Glare paralysis, really annoying. Notice I'm still not doing much to Arbok with Mudslap, but then again, Mudslap's got a very low physical, it's a very low powered attack, let's put it that way. I mean, the fact that it lowers the opponent's accuracy is really good, but you know, it's just annoying that it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And as you can see, Rollout is actually really good. It's probably the main reason why Miltank, Whitney's Miltank was such an issue to people back when they first played the game. As you can see, his attack is pretty good there. And level 24, I believe that means I'm actually very close to leveling up, evolving Phanpy, which will probably end up in the... Obviously I can't tell because of the paralysis problem. If it is level 24, then you will probably see Phanpy evolve in the next part. Yeah, looking at that there, I was going to have to take on another 2 trainers no matter what I did, so I just had to just go the way I was going. So I'm pretty sure there's quite a number of Rocket Grunts here, I just don't remember how many. And we've got the annoying little bastard again. I decided to try and get Umbreon some experience. Obviously, win or lose, well, I suppose win or having to trade out, Umbreon's going to get the experience here and level up. Even if it's off a Zubat, it doesn't matter. Gotta love the experience bar. Gen 1, you had to actually go into the Pokemon's stats, and it'll tell you how many by numbers, which, you know, you'd always have to calculate. I need to do this many, I need to take on this many Spearow, I need to take on this many Zubats, I need to take on this many Geodudes. I don't know why the video skipped a little bit there. But yeah, it was always annoying having to do that. I was glad they changed it in Gen 2. And I'm surprised I remember that, considering Gen 1 was years ago. I think 15 years ago I played it for the first time, maybe even a bit more than that. No, I think it was about 15 years ago, yeah. Thankfully we're coming to the end of the part. As you can see, Umbreon grew to level 20. And we got another Zubat. I don't think I take on any more trainers, so I'm just looking at the time, a minute and a half, I don't think I end up doing anything else. Yeah, there's no way, a minute left. I'm gonna basically talk about the next few parts when I have time here. Obviously this has been the final of the 3 parts. Oh, and that's the item I gave, so the confusion is wore off. Every part that was post-commentary has now been done. I only recorded enough for 3 parts just to test it, but obviously this has not worked, so I won't be doing it again anytime soon. Starting in the next part, which will be part 19, it will be back to live commentary, guys, so you know, it'll get better, I promise. I'm not a great LPer anyway, but I do honestly think I do better when it's live commentary instead of post-commentary like this. But yeah, next part we'll be finishing up the radio tower, I believe, and probably something else. I can't remember actually where we go from here on out. We have 15 seconds left. I'm just going to sign off here, guys. So, I know this is boring at times, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Take care, have a good night, and all that jazz. See you for part 19.